We are going to study in this video about tissue system. We have already done what is tissue, what are the types of tissues we have already done. So we are going to study about tissue system. Let us find out what is tissue system. Beta, in a plant, we have tissues at different locations. On different locations of a plant, you will find different kinds of tissues. So on the basis of the location, we have divided or we have categorized the tissues into three systems to make our study more convenient. So what is the basis on which we have classified the tissue systems? On the basis of location and structure. So what are the two parameters? On the basis of location and on the basis of structure, there are three types of tissue systems in the entire plant. First is epidermal tissue system. Second is the ground tissue system, also known as the fundamental tissue system. And the third is the vascular tissue conducting system. I will be just taking the first one in this video, that is the epidermal tissue system. The other two tissue systems, that is the fundamental tissue system or the ground tissue system, and the third, that is vascular tissue conducting system, we will take up in separate videos. So we are doing only the first tissue system in this video, and that is the epidermal tissue system. The epidermal tissue system, this system is actually the one which forms the outermost covering of the plant body. We know the epidermal layer and all. So the system which forms the outermost covering of a plant body is what we call as the epidermal tissue system. What are the components of the epidermal tissue system? There are three main components of the epidermal tissue system. Number one, epidermal cells. Number two, stomata. And number three, epidermal appendages. Listen again, there are three main components of the epidermal tissue system. The first is epidermal cells, second is stomata, and the third are epidermal appendages. When I say epidermal appendages, I mean outgrowths from the epidermal cells. That is what we mean by epidermal appendages. We have two main kinds of epidermal appendages. I'll come to it later. So we said there are three main components: epidermal cells, stomata, and epidermal appendages. So first let us study about the first component of the epidermal tissue system, that is epidermis. This word epidermis comes from the Greek words epi and derma. Epi means upon and derma means skin. Remember, the word epidermis comes from the Greek words epi, epi and derma. Epi means upon and derma means skin. Epidermis is the outermost layer. If we talk about the cells which make epidermis, they are generally elongated, they are compactly arranged. Because they are arranged very compactly, they form a continuous layer. However, this layer is interrupted at certain places by stomata. But we generally said that they have a continuous layer, but sometimes they also have intercellular spaces. Epidermis is usually single layered. Normally, when we had run the diagrams also, we draw epidermis as a single layer. But we have exceptions also. For example, the aerial roots of orchids. Okay? Aerial roots of orchids and the leaves of Nerium. Nerium. So what are the two exceptions where you will find the epidermal layer to be multi-layered? First is the aerial roots of orchids and the second is the leaves of the Nerium. Nerium. In these two cases, the epidermal layer is not single layered, it is multi-layered. Let's talk about the cells of the epidermal layer. The cells are parenchymatous, they are living. Each cell has a large central vacuole, but the cytoplasm is thin. Again, we have an exception over here. Cytoplasm is thick in xerophytic plants. Normally, the vacuole is very prominent and the cytoplasm is thin in these cells, epidermal cells. But the epidermal cells of xerophytic plants have very thick cytoplasm. In root epidermal cells, we have projections which are known as root hair. This you know only. Sometimes, some substances like oil, calcium oxalate and calcium carbonate are also present on the surface. So you may have some, in some cases, not always that epidermal cells will have this. In some cases, epidermal cells have what on them? They may have oil, they may have calcium oxalate or calcium carbonate. So this is all about the first component of the tissue system, epidermal tissue system, that is epidermis. Now we move on to the second component of the system, that is stomata. Okay. Now if you see the structure of stomata, I have already discussed with you the bean shaped cells, the guard cells, the accessory cells, the stomatal pore, all this we have already done when we did the structural stomata. So we are not doing the structural stomata here. We will just be discussing the types of stomata. Based on the distribution, the stomata are of the following types. Number one, apple type stomata. What do you call them as? Apple type. The stomata are present on the underside of the leaf. The stomata are present only on which side? Underside of the leaf. We generally call them as apple type. The examples are apple and mulberry. Second is the oat type, O-A-T, oat type. Here, the stomata are found on both the surfaces. You will find them on the upper as well as the lower surfaces. For example, maize and oat. The third one is the potato type. Here, the stomata are more on the undersurface. Though in potato type you will have stomata on both the surfaces, but they will be more on the undersurface. Example is potato and cabbage. The fourth is the water lily type. Okay, what is it? Water lily type. Here you will find more on which surface? The upper surface. For example, the aquatic plants. Okay, the aquatic plants you will find stomata more on the upper surfaces. And the last one is Potamogeton types. P-O-T-A-M-O, Potamogeton. M-O-G-E-T-O-N, Potamogeton. That means the stomata are either absent or they are vestigial. Vestigial means even if they are present, they are not active, they are not functional. And the example is the same, Potamogeton. So we have 5 types of stomatas depending on the distribution. The first one we did was apple type. You remember this? First one was apple type. Second was oat type. Third is potato type. Fourth is water lily type. And the fifth is your Potamogeton type. Now we move on to the third and the last component of the epidermal tissue system, that is epidermal appendages, or you can say epidermal outgrowths. There are 2 types of epidermal appendages. Trichomes. The first one is trichomes. T-R-I-C-H-O-M-A-S, trichomes. What are trichomes? They are epidermal hair present on the stem. Epidermal hair which are present on the stem, what are they known as? They are known as trichomes. Sometimes they are present temporarily, they just occur at a certain stage of life of a plant and then disappear. Or in other cases they may be permanent also. Trichomes are multicellular, okay? Multicellular structures they are. Sometimes they are branched or they may be also unbranched in the other cases. They are secretory in nature. They give out certain secretions from the plant surface, and I just told you they are multicellular, and of course what we said is that the main role that these will act. What is the main function of trichomes, beta? They may be branched, they may be unbranched. We have discussed this. We have also discussed that they are secretory in nature. The main function is to control the rate of transpiration from the higher surfaces or the aerial surfaces. The second appendage is emergences. E-M-E-R-G-E-N-C-E-S. Emergences. In common language, we call them as prickles. P-R-I-C-K-L-E-S, prickles. Multicellular, stiff, sharp outgrowths. Okay? Thorn-like structures. What we call them in common language? Prickles. But here we call them as emergences. E-M-E-R-G-E-N-C-E-S, emergences. They are multicellular, stiff, sharp outgrowths. Their function is to protect the plant against grazing. Okay? What is the main function? That they protect the plant against the grazers, animals. Like they are thorn-like structures. So easily the plant-eating animals will stay away if a plant has these emergencies. So what is the function of the epidermal tissue system? It acts as a protective covering with the help of epidermal layer I have already discussed. It also helps in the gaseous exchange. Of course, through stomata we have discussed. It helps in reduction of water loss. This is through trichomes. And it helps in protection from grazers. This is with the help of emergences. Reduction of water loss. Reduction of water loss we have done was through whom? It was through an appendage. Which appendage was it? Trichomes. It also protects the plant from grazers. This is done with the help of emergences. The last one, beta, in some monocot leaves, we have special cells. Only in monocot leaves, we have special cells which are known as bulliform cells. B-U-L-L-I-F-O-R-M, bulliform cells. The function of the bulliform cells is they help in rolling and unrolling of the leaves of a plant. Depending upon the requirement of the plant, they are involved in the rolling of leaves or unrolling of leaves. How is this helpful for a plant? If it's a very hot day in summers and midday time, these bulliform cells, they help in rolling of the leaves. So if the leaves roll, the surface area decreases, automatically the area for transpiration decreases and the rate of transpiration also reduces. Thus the plant is able to save water. So what all we have done in this video is very short. Tissues we said depending upon the location and structure. We have three types of tissue systems. Epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, also known as the fundamental tissue system, and the third is your vascular tissue conducting system. In this video we have done about the first one, that is the epidermal tissue system. This system forms the outermost covering of the plant body. It has three main components. The first one was epidermal cells, second was stomata, and the third was epidermal appendages. Then we did about epidermis, comes from the Greek word epi and derma, upon and skin. Outermost layer where the cells are elongated, compactly arranged and they form a continuous layer. However, this layer was interrupted by stomata. Sometimes they have intercellular spaces also. We also said that the epidermis is generally single layered, but we have exceptions like in aerial roots of orchids and leaves of nerium. The epidermal layer is multicellular. Then we said the vacuole is very prominent, but the cytoplasm is thin. Again we did an exception that in xerophytic plants the cytoplasm was thick. In root epidermal cells we have those projections which are known as root hair. Moving on to stomata, we did the different 5 types of stomata: apple type, oat type, potato type, water lily type, and the last was your Pota mogiton type. The last component was epidermal appendages. There were 2 types. The first were trichomes, which are special hair which are present on the stems. They help in reducing the rate of transpiration. And the second were emergences, which help or save the plant from the grazing of tissues, the herbivores. So this is all about the first kind of tissue system, that is the epidermal tissue system. In the next video, we will be taking up the second kind of tissue system, that is the ground tissue system or the fundamental tissue system. Thank you.